what makes a FoxBody Mustang even better. There's many things, right? But I think you all agree there's nothing like a good 351 swap. Hello and welcome to Gearhead 704. I'm Matt and I have a very exciting video for you today, guys, because this car I have been eyeballing for like over a year now, well over a year. You guys probably have seen it if you follow me on Instagram. This is actually someone else who's on Instagram, and I'm gonna go ahead, bring him in here right now so we can talk about it. It's an 83 GT. So let me do that with some YouTube magic. And there we go, through the power of editing. Mike, welcome to the channel.
How you doing?
Good. Now, actually, before we get started on your 83, I want to kind of tell the story about it. It's awesome. I believe this is true. Didn't you actually start your Instagram and stuff because of, like I told, right? Because of me, right? Is that true?
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, because you were watching all the YouTubers, right?
Yep,
and you met me here at one of the Saturday swap meets. By the way, guys, that's where we're at, a Fox Mustang Restoration Saturday swap meet. And we met here for the first time.
That's right.
Yeah, and we got to chatting, and you were like, you know, you watched all the channels and stuff, and what I said, do you ever comment?
No, I didn't comment at the time.
Yeah, because it was like your real name or whatever. I said, well, you should get on Instagram, didn't I?
Oh yeah. I'm glad I did.
You've met so many people now through this.
I have. It's been awesome.
Yeah, guys, he's been at like every show this year, just like me, just about. Made Pitts?
I was at Pitts.
Ford Takeover?
Ford Takeover.
Chocolate Fox you did not make.
I didn't make that.
But that was a family reason, right? Didn't you have somebody get married?
We were out of town.
Yep. And then you made, what was the next one? Bleed Ford Blue Fest? No, you didn't make that one.
That was the one with the family.
That was okay.
Wedding, yep.
All right, but then guy shows up at Mustang Week. Guy shows up at Foxtoberfest.
I was there.
And we saw you at like every Saturday swap meet you could get to.
Oh yeah, I've enjoyed having fun hanging out.
So that's cool. I'm glad you're part of the community, and that's one of the things I wanted to highlight here, guys, is we met because of YouTube, but really Mike's become my friend, and your friends, all the YouTube guys know you, and we're happy that you're in the community.
Oh man, I appreciate it.
And your son as well has been usually with you.
Yeah, he's usually with me.
Yep, and he's been on the channel before, but he got to meet some other YouTubers. I think he was on Brutal's channel, right?
He was, yeah. He recognized the car, and Brutal thought that was pretty neat. And
yeah, it was.
He does the same thing when we watch your videos. That's Matt. He points out all the guys.
That's really cool, guys. And his son is just, like 3 years old, about to turn 4 years old, and it's so cool to see how excited he is about that. And that's one of the things I kind of like too, Mike, is just how you're getting him involved in your passion. He loves it, right?
He does. He's
your co-pilot.
He is. It's different when he's not with me.
Right. Yep. So today, he couldn't make it today, but if you're watching at home, Isaiah, if you're watching home, appreciate it, and we're glad that you're a co-pilot for your dad. So,
yeah, definitely.
So let's talk about this car first, and I know most people want to hear about the engine, but you know what? Let's tease them a little bit, Mike, and let's talk first about the kind of the origin of the car. What year did you pick up this 83?
I bought this just out of high school, 96.
96. Yeah. So you've owned it now, what is that? If I do my math right, 25 years. Is that right?
I'm not sure.
Let's see.
I even thought about
yeah, 25 year, 2021. I think my math is right. So you've now owned this a quarter of a century. That's a dedication.
Yeah, didn't plan on having it that long. Glad I have.
Yeah, and I guess when you got it, was this your first FoxBody or?
Yeah, it was the first car I've ever bought.
First car, you still got it right out of high school. What color was it back then?
It was a maroon color.
It's obviously not now, but what was kind of the evolution when you got it in 96? Was it, obviously it was used, was it mainly stock back then, or?
It had a mild cam, stock heads. There was really nothing special about it. It was just really a daily driver for me. I always liked the Fox bodies and was able to find this one. It was a little cheaper because it was a 4EYE, so it was a little older. I was just glad to purchase it, so. Basically
pretty much all stock. You said it did have a cam, which is cool. How long did you drive it as a daily driver?
Oh, about 2 or 3 years.
After that, just kind of sit for a while, or?
It sat. Yeah, I put it away because I was living in Western New York. So it sat for the winter. I pulled the motor out to, do a little progress.
Freshen it up a little bit.
Freshen it up, and family time starts. I have some kids, and car sat there, and before you know it, it was probably a good 10 or 12 years before I started doing everything on it.
Yeah.
So
that's okay, because I mean, that's very similar to my story. Tar Heel Fox, same thing. I had kids. I got it in 2004, and it probably sat for like, before I really did anything major with it, 10, 12 years, something like that. Well, then you freshened it up. So you got back into it, what, around mid 2000s, late 2000s?
Yeah. Living up in New York, the winter weather was terrible. And I'd sneak it out in the winter time when the roads were clear and go out there and have some fun. Not realizing when I parked that thing and the salt sits under there, when I got it back out, it wasn't just put the fresh motor in, the body was starting to rot. So
oh no. So where was it kind of rotting at?
The whole floorboards.
Really?
Fenders, doors.
It's because all the salt's on the roads, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so what'd you have to do to it at that point?
New fenders, doors, hatch. About the only thing I've reused is the bumpers and hood.
Okay, so are these doors, are those all from like 83, or I guess they're interchangeable? You just got them from, did you have a parts donor or anything? Or
Just different swap meets and
okay,
finding doors where I could that would interchange.
So all new fenders and doors, and then did you repaint it at that time, or what kind of happened next?
I wanted to go with the ruby red. When I was at Mustang Week 5-6 years ago, my wife and I saw, it was a Mustang and it was painted a Brandywine. And I knew then when I saw it, that's what I had to have. So I went with the Brandywine instead of the ruby red, which is similar color.
It's so beautiful. Yeah, and that's the main thing. What do you get the most comments about on this car? Is it the paint?
The paint,
yeah.
Everybody, they asked me about the paint.
So tell me exactly, I heard you explain it to somebody today. It's not just Brandywine. Like, what are we looking at here?
Base coat is So Bright Silver, and then it's 3 layers of the candy Brandywine.
Okay.
That's how you get the flop.
So Bright Silver?
So Bright Silver.
So Bright Silver was the base, and then 3 coats of Brandywine on top. Wow. And it's got, obviously it's clear coated, right?
Yep, House of Colors clear coat.
And it's just, it's really beautiful. Now, before we get to the engine, the paint is the #1 thing, especially when the sun hits it. But let's talk a little bit about the interior.
The interior was all red, and that was pretty nasty sitting there over the years. With the Brandywine, I wanted the black interior.
It really works too. And then these seats, it's got halo headrest, right?
They were the halos that were on the car. These are different seats.
Right. This part, so these came from the car originally, 83, yep. But the rest of the seat, this looks like an Aero type of seat.
I bought those seats at Foxtoberfest 2019. Somebody had them redone. I figured they'd be just pretty decent for the car.
They really match too with the red here. I like that.
Yeah, it goes with it pretty well. Yeah,
looking at all the gauge clusters and stuff, it's pretty much stock. But under here, you added some gauges, right?
Yep.
Well, I guess here you would have had, did the 83s have all those dummy lights and stuff down there?
That's what it was, yep.
Okay, so you removed that, you got the gauges. Transmission wise, I see this says B&M. Is it a B&M shifter?
Yep, that's what's on there.
Okay, and what trans are you running right now?
TKO 600.
TKO 600. And just the interior is in great shape. His co-pilot, his son does ride with him. He still needs a car seat. So that's why the armrest is missing, because it won't fit, right? Like,
that's right, yep.
Yeah, so that's it's kind of a cool thing actually, that he gets to ride right there in the front seat. And I remember this too with my kids. They could ride my FoxBody in the front because no airbags.
Yep.
Right? They can't do it. So that's kind of neat, right? That he can actually ride in the front with you.
So I can put them right up front.
He enjoys this car, because I'm guessing he enjoys it even more as well because he gets to ride in the front.
Oh yeah, yep. Him and Dad out there playing, having fun.
Yep. That's exactly how my kids were. They loved the Mustang because they could ride in the front. Stuff we didn't think about when we were kids, because you rode anywhere you wanted to. And then the hatch is looking good. You said you did replace the hatch. That's what you just told me.
Hatch, that was all rusted out. I did keep the 3-piece wing that was on the car.
Now, was this a factory or no?
Yeah.
It is, okay. Because I'm not real familiar with the 4EYEs and the 83. I've always liked this wing. I didn't realize it was a factory wing. It looks really cool. And then of course you got the tail lights. Exhaust wise, since we're back here into the back, and we can talk about the rear end too. Let's start with exhaust though. What are you kind of running for exhaust on this?
I have BBK long tube headers, off-road 8 X-pipe, 40 series Flowmasters.
Yeah, so that's that classic sound, except you do have an X-pipe. Now, did you always run an X-pipe, or did you run an H-back?
No, I put the X-pipe on there. The guy at the muffler shop, he asked me what I wanted. I actually wanted an H-pipe, and he put on an X-pipe, so I stayed with it.
It sounds really good. I caught him leaving a show a couple weeks, guys, and it just sounded so good, and we're definitely getting a sound clip today, but I forgot. Mike, I've not yet really shown them a cinematic around the car. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, let you take a look at it in all its glory. And I tried to get, hopefully it comes through, how beautiful the paint. At that. We'll be right here when you get done. Okay, and then so that's exhaust wise. Now rear end wise, obviously you did a 5-lug swap and you got 4-wheel disc.
Yep.
Now what is I said rear end wise, but let's talk about the brakes first. What brakes are you actually running on this? Is it from a GT or?
Disc brakes, they're from a 97.
A New Edge, or I guess SN95 GT, not a New Edge, they were 99. Was that a pretty easy swap? You did that yourself or?
Oh no, actually my father helped me with that. That was, we had to shorten up the axles 3/4 of an inch on each side. And we went through and put 410 gears in it. So everything is fresh in the rear end. That was along with the 5-lug swap.
Do all that at the same time? Yeah.
Yep, did everything same time there.
The front brakes as well, they're also from the SN95, the 97, I think you said?
So I think everything there I had ordered, it was through UPR.
Yeah, and do you still have the stock K member too, actually?
No, that had to get changed because that was rotted out, so.
Tubular K member, tubular A-arms.
And the Viking coilovers.
The coilovers look good and you can adjust those. I know right now you're thinking about doing something different, I believe, on the wheels. Are you thinking about changing the wheels?
I'm gonna keep the 17x9s up front and I'm gonna put probably a 18x10 in the rear.
Want a little bit more meat back there.
Definitely.
Well, she needs it now because he ran this with the 302 for a long time. But recently you bought a 87 GT, a black
87,
one? Okay,
yep.
But your son-in-law, you sold that to him.
Yep, he bought that.
Okay, and so that had a 351 in it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you decided, hey, I kind of want a 351 in this one, right?
I swapped the 351 and the TKO from the 87 that I bought.
Yeah.
And put it in here. And my 302 and T5 is in the 87.
There you go. So you swapped that, and what was the real reason? Did you just you felt like yours deserved it? You want a little more power?
Well, I just want a little more power, and I know I probably won't put no supercharger or nothing. I just keep it NA, and I didn't really want to max out a 302, so I just have a nice mild build 351. It's fun. I drive it.
You drive it everywhere to all the shows this year. Now I think you did trailer it to Ford Takeover.
I did trailer it there.
That's a long haul. I was so excited when it pulled off the trailer, and so yeah, he did a 351 swap. Now obviously you said it's got the long tube headers, but otherwise in that, like, is this 351 stroked or is it just straight 351?
It's bored 30 over. It's forged pistons. I did change the heads. I put the AFR heads on it.
Which AFRs do you remember? 185?
185.
Yep.
And I switched from the V-belts. I put the serpentine on there, putting a new carburetor on it. Actually bought one from Brent from Hicks House.
Hicks House videos. Yeah, we love that guy. He also has a 351 base in his as well. I think his is a 396. I can't remember. He'll give me a hard time for that. Did you painted the block?
Yeah, I painted that one.
To match the red. I love it.
I tried to match it up the best I could.
Yeah, I love that. What about cam wise?
Oh, it's a comp cam.
It's probably the 274 HRE or the XFI 236.
I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of research on them for my 349 I'm building. Here's the better look at the AFR heads, which Funky 50 has AFR heads too. I like their logo. I gotta agree with you, Funky. They do have a better logo than Trick Flow. But okay, and then the carb on there right now, is it just a Holly?
A 650 double pump that's on there. I'm putting a 750 on. I'll be changing that probably next few days. 750
going on. Well, you know what? We've talked so much about the exhaust and the engine. Let's go ahead. Let's give him a little sound clip. Like I said, he is going to start up right now. But wait, before you get in the car, one thing, Mike. What do you have? You have wearing something under there. What is that?
Oh, yeah.
What is it? Ah, there you go. These shirts are available, guys. Back in stock. First link down below. Sorry, I had to plug it since you're wearing it. Hey. All right, we're going to get the good start up here. Carburetor. Chop. Oh, there it goes. It's chopping good now. All right, let's hear it. Oh, she sounds good. All right, yes, she sounds pretty good, Mike. And one other thing I did want to say before we continue with the reviews, I've already talked about how you and your son, you're getting him into being a gearhead and stuff, but real quick shout out to your dad, because wasn't he the one that got you into it?
Yeah, he was one who was big into the cars.
Yeah.
I just want to continue into it.
That's awesome, because you said that he helped you with the rear end and stuff and that 5-lug brake conversion and everything, so I figured he was a bit of a gearhead.
Everything on here, yep, has been a lot of his help. And a lot of help from the FoxBody community.
That means a lot to me, guys, specifically because my dad was also a gearhead, and I recently got his truck back. I had a video, not recently, it's been over a year now. He got me into this as well. He passed away, so I love the father-son connections. you're building with your son now.
Yep.
And also you and your dad had that connection. So I think that's just awesome. I wanted to highlight that real quick. But this is cool. Now what is, I'm not used to seeing this, so I'm not real familiar with the carbureted cars. Is this for gauge here? Fuel pressure, okay. But what is this guy in between here?
The fuel filter.
That's the fuel filters all the way up here, okay.
Yep.
Is that, because I'm used to them being in the back, which I guess, were they originally in the back on the 83s as well?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I know that's how it was when I had it.
Really?
Kind of just gone with the same
It kind of makes it easy to change the fuel filter, doesn't it?
It does.
So you haven't had it on a dyno or anything like that, right?
No.
Do you have any ideas? I would guess that it's got to be pushing close to 400 at the wheels.
With the combination, the guy that helped me put together the combination, it should be around 400.
Okay. That's kind of what I was thinking. So as you guys just heard as well, she sounds really good. So the other thing, a recent touch you made on here, Mike, that I really like is you got the MGI 83 GT
Yep.
stickers. You got them front and back. Now, I know you just put these on. You weren't quite sure about them. How are you feeling about it now? Are you going to keep it, rather?
I'll probably keep it. A few people said it looks all right, and it's growing on me. So
I love it. I love it. So that is his Instagram account that I helped him start, or encouraged him to start, rather. He started it himself. But so you can see more of this beautiful car there. I love it. You kind of want to make me 351 swap now already.
you'll have plenty with that 347.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely, we'll have to try it out and I'll compare or something, get some seat time.
You'll have a lot of fun with it.
If I can ever get the car back together and actually put it in, I'll be very happy. But anyway, that's we're talking about your car today. She's beautiful. Here's a big question I always ask though. Do you think you're ever gonna sell it?
Nah, it'll be Isaiah's.
There you go. Could you imagine when he's like 16 or 17, he's driving this thing and he can look back maybe at videos where
Yeah, he'll grow up and see the pictures that we've taken doing the changes, and he's been a part of that. You know, he's out there.
I've seen him turn a wrench or two.
Yeah, he wants to turn some wrenches out there and hop in the middle and just be a part of it. Makes it easy to keep him involved when he's that excited.
That's so cool, like encouraging the younger generation just to get into this stuff. That's one of my passions for the channel, actually. Is I love Fox bodies. You guys know I love Fox bodies, and I just want them to still be a thing 20 years from now. And I've seen a lot more of the younger guys into them, but I've never seen anybody as young as your son, Mike. So that's really cool. Gives me hope for the future.
Yep. Keep it going.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, there you go. This is Mike's 83 GT, and I used to honestly not be a 4-eyed guy. I know, I didn't. I'm sorry. I was back then. I was like arrows only. I was wrong. This car is a clear example of why I was wrong. And it's simply beautiful, and I was very, very grateful and humbled to get to finally do a video on it. So that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe for more Fox Body content, because we are Fox Bodies all the time. We'll see you here next time on Gearhead 704. All right, just come right in, Mike. Just stand right out in front of your car, sorry. All right. Oh, wait, I messed up the snap. All right, y'all throw that in there.
That's a lot to a video.
Oh, yeah. It is. I'm hoping it's coming out all right. We'll see. I'll work my magic editing.